My name is Sofia, and I am 27 years old. Today, I want to share my story with you. It is not an easy story, but it is real. And maybe, if you listen carefully, you will not only improve your English, but also learn something important about life, love, and strength. I grew up in a small town near Denver, Colorado. My town was quiet, with tall mountains and fresh, cold air. After my father passed away, I lived with my mother and younger brother. Life became harder, but we stayed strong. I worked in a small bookstore at the mall. The job wasn't exciting, but it paid the bills. In the evenings, I came home tired, but I still laughed with my brother while we cooked dinner together. One Saturday afternoon, my cousin got married. The wedding was in a big hall full of flowers, music, and happy people. Everyone was dancing and eating delicious food. I wore a green dress that my mother had helped me fix. It wasn't new, but it looked beautiful on me. While I was talking to some friends, I noticed a man standing near the door. He was tall, with dark hair and a serious face. He didn't dance. He didn't smile. He just stood there quietly, sometimes looking at me. His name, I later learned, was Daniel. 2 days later, I got a message on my phone. "Hi, I saw you at the wedding. Can we talk?" I was confused. I asked, "Who is this?" He replied, "I'm the man from the wedding. You wore a green dress. You looked beautiful." I was surprised. How did he get my number? He told me he had asked my cousin. At first, I wasn't sure if I should reply, but I was curious. And so, I wrote back. From that day, Daniel and I talked every day. He asked me about my favorite food, my dreams, my favorite movie. He told me I was kind, sweet, and full of light. His words made me smile. After only 3 days, he sent a message that shocked me. "I want to marry you. I see you as my future." At first, I thought it was too soon, but his words made me feel special. No one had ever spoken to me like that before. After 2 weeks, I said yes. Our wedding was small. I wore a white dress. Daniel wore a grey suit. He smiled at me the whole time, and I believed I had found the perfect man. In the beginning, life was like a dream. He brought me flowers, took me to small cafes, and held my hand in the park. I stopped working at the bookstore because he told me not to worry about money. For 1 month, life was beautiful. I cooked for him, decorated our little apartment, and waited for him to come home every evening. I thought, maybe this is what true love feels like. But slowly, things began to change. One evening, I saw Daniel smiling at his phone. I asked, "Who are you talking to?" He quickly put his phone away and said, "Just a friend from work." He started coming home late. He didn't sit with me at dinner. His phone was always in his hand. One night, after midnight, I asked, "Where were you?" He replied sharply, "Work. Why are you acting like this?" My heart felt heavy, but I stayed quiet. One evening, Daniel went to shower and left his phone on the table. My hands were shaking as I opened his messages. There, I saw her name, Melissa. The messages were sweet, romantic, full of love. You're the one I think about every night. I miss you. And Daniel had replied, You mean everything to me? My heart broke. He had given to her the love I thought was mine. When he came out of the bathroom, I asked, Who is Melissa? He looked pale and said, It's not what it looks like. But I already knew the truth. I left him and returned to my mother's house. I cried in my old room, thinking about everything. Daniel begged me to forgive him. He said he would change. My mother told me, Be careful, Sofia. Some people say sweet things, but they don't mean them. But I wanted to believe him. I gave him another chance. For a short time, things got better. He came home early, spent time with me, and told me I was his everything. I thought maybe he was changing, but deep inside, I could not trust him again. Then, it started again. His phone was always with him. One evening, I saw him in his car with Melissa. They were laughing together. This time, I didn't cry. My heart didn't bleed, it went silent. I packed my bag and left for good. I decided to start fresh. I applied for a job as a hotel receptionist in Barcelona, Spain. I had never left the country before, but something inside me said, Go. It was difficult at first. I didn't know the language, the streets, or anyone there, but I felt free. I shared a small apartment with a girl named Lucia, who worked in a bakery. We cooked together, walked by the sea, and slowly I began to smile again. At night, I wrote in my notebook about my past, my mistakes, my dreams. One evening, I bought myself a white rose from a flower shop, not because it was a special day, but because I wanted to love myself again. I put it in a glass by the window and whispered, This is peace. This is freedom. I had left a man who broke my heart. I had chosen myself. I had chosen a new life. My dear learners, this story is not only about me. It is also for you. You have learned new English words. Betrayal, healing, receptionist, apartment, freedom. You have practiced listening to a real story with emotions. And you have learned a life lesson. Sometimes love is not enough. Respect and trust are more important. And when someone breaks your trust again and again, you must be brave enough to choose yourself. Thank you for listening to my story. Now, I want to ask you, where are you listening from? Please write in the comments. It gives me strength to know that my words are reaching you.